You want to go try the straight in SFO?
Here. Oh, jeez, there you go.
Yeah, I'm in chase.
Look like a fucking shark coming up. That scared that out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I looked back and I didn't see you, and then all of a sudden you were just like right there, swimming up at my feet. Hey everybody, Casmo here, and in this video, continuing to do some Viper training with Mover. As many of you have seen previous videos, we've been just kind of messing around, and this is nothing formal. It's just us getting together and doing some stuff. He's just kind of showing me a few things. But in this one, we're doing some simulated engine failures, doing some straight ins and then overhead. So just kind of pay attention. You'll pick up sort of the procedures and how this works. But it was a lot of fun. It's interesting to kind of see the nose down aspect of the jet when you're trying to keep it at the appropriate speed. I'm sure Move will see this and then comment and let everyone know what I was doing wrong, because I'm sure I was doing a ton of things wrong. But any landing you can walk away from is a good one. So hopefully you guys pick up something and hopefully you enjoy.
You're cleared fighting wing. Just come into a chase.
All right.
Because we're already kind of at a 1-to-1 here. All right, so let's say 13,000 feet, we're 11 miles from the field. I just lost the engine, so I'm going to idle. You can do an over-the-top maneuver, whatever you would need to get in position. You got the boards to do it. But let's say we lost the engine, and now we need to get lined up to go for a straight-in flame-out landing. So what I'm looking for here is I got the field in sight. And we're high on energy, so when it's between 11 and 17 degrees in the HUD, which it is, I'm dropping the gear, and it's just a space shuttle approach. Because I'm so high in energy, what I'm going to do now is kind of a check turn to the right.
Yeah.
On this cloud, and set us up. But so you wait. So the F-16, it's a 1-to-1, right? So. 13,000 feet, 13 miles typically. It's actually more than that, 7-to-5, but we use 1-to-1. And when the end of the runway is between 11 and 17 degrees in the HUD, that's when you drop your gear. And now you're just looking for your speeds at 3,600, no less than about a 220 glide at this point. But because I've got the gear down now, my entire thing is making it work with the HUD. So we're just aligning ourselves with the left runway. But right now we're fat on energy because we're 4 miles and we're at 7,000 feet, so we're kind of going to dive and we're going to end up in speed brake override. And so as we get closer, what I'm doing is I'm taking my aim point and cutting it in half. So like right now, you know, as I'm aiming for the trees, I'm going to cut that in half. As we get a little bit closer, then I'm going to aim for the end of the overrun, then I'm going to cut that in half, and then I'm going to aim for midway down the overrun, and then the actual end of the runway, until I get it to a 2.5 degree. But you can see here, nice and smooth, this is a space shuttle approach. So 2,500, I'm at 2 miles, so I've got still plenty of excess energy. It's a long runway, so I'm not super concerned. If I need to, I can always put the hook down. But the only thing with DCS is it likes to swap ends. And I don't know, like right now, it's actually getting low energy.
What do you swap ends? What do you mean?
Like here in the flare, like it starts bleeding energy real fast.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm actually slow. And now it's swapping ends. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, dude. Like it goes from, hey, I've got plenty of energy, to I just had a gear in the overrun. That's not good. So you wouldn't want to do that. We went from high energy to very low energy fairly quickly. It seems like that 200 to 170, it just wants to lose all the energy.
Huey was like that too. Once you got below 40 knots, it just stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, at over 200 knots, we should have had plenty of energy for that. And now now we're an unsafe indication, so. Are you following me?
I just took off.
Okay.
Saw you climbing high and right.
Yeah, I'm at high key.
Like 8,000, you said?
Yeah, I'm low.
Yeah, because of the clouds. I think you said like 220
Yeah.
knots.
Yeah.
7,500.
So now I'm trying like more of a like 25-degree wire, which is way steep. And now it's gaining energy. We'll see if this works. All right, I'll rejoin on you.
Oh, I'm coming down. I'm probably doing it all wrong, but I've dropped my gear. I'm at idle. About a mile and a half to final here.
Yeah, I'm visual.
I'm gonna make it. Maybe.
Nah, unless you've got a whole bunch of knots, you're way out here.
Have a little faith, baby. Alright, power's coming out. Oh no!
Yeah!
No, I did what you did!
See, that's what happens when you got a shitty instructor.
Oh. Shitty at this. Well, at least my gear came in. Got that going for me.
Did you hit?
I touched down on the overrun, but it didn't break.
You want to go try the straight in SFO? So with 6,000 pounds, you probably don't want to get slower than about 230 in the glide. And probably about 210, so probably 240 and 210 for your speeds with the gear down.
Okay.
Because we're heavy. You can start turning in now. We got plenty. So you can go idle, because we got over 300 knots.
Okay.
And just turn to the field.
And do you want to establish that you said 230 is probably the right speed? You want to establish that as fast as possible?
All right, yeah. So when you get 11 to 17 degrees, when your touchdown point is between 11 and 17 degrees in the HUD, you can drop your gear.
Okay, I got to get through this cloud.
You can use the diamond as well. So we're not there yet. But you don't want to be descending if you can, unless you need it for your speed.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna ask. Like, do I establish that speed regardless? Like just immediately try to get 230 and hold it? That's your best glide.
Yeah, you don't want to go any slower than that. So right now I'm showing I'm at
like I'm going
9,000.
280, so I'm sure I'm going way too fast.
Yeah, so then you'd pitch up, but see right now. You're probably within that 11 to 17 degrees. It's probably like at 12.
Yeah.
So you can drop your gear.
Okay.
Obviously, more gives you more energy, you know, which in DCS you might need.
I just feel like I'm going to overshoot this place big time.
Nah, you're not. So now it's about aiming short. Once you got the gear down, it's aiming short and managing with your speed brakes.
Okay.
So right now I'd be aiming at
210.
No less than that, yeah. So
Okay.
I would, more is okay. Like right now, I'm about 15 degrees nose low, aiming like right in the grass.
Yeah.
Before
and by aiming, you're talking about the your flight path vector.
Flight path marker.
Okay.
Yeah, flight path marker.
All right. So mine's at like 18 degrees, pointing at the trees.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You got a lot of runway, so we're not.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can use your speed brakes to manage your speed. I mean, you can land out of it if you want, or you can just do a low approach. The thing is, when you level off, you want to level off to let the AOA catch 11. You don't want to swap bends like I did, or like we both did earlier.
Okay. Confident I could have touched down there. Yeah. So I'll do a go around.
What's funny is straight in SFOs are actually easier. So now you're going straight to high key?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't remember. So from the high key, when do you enter? When do you go to idle and all that? When you're over the
Midfield.
field? Okay.
So yeah, right before you make the. So right now you're doing it's like in figure 8.
Yeah.
So before you turn back left.
Okay. You guys practice those engine outs quite a bit?
Every time we come back.
Really?
Usually, unless you're low on fuel, yeah. Yeah. So right now you're at idle.
Yeah.
And you want to start. You're a little on the low side, but that's okay. So start your
I got
descent.
too fast as well.
Yeah, you need to be turning though, because you're getting way too far away from the field.
Really? So
The thing with these, yeah, we're staying within the airfield boundaries essentially, airspace boundaries. You're not going way far out.
Gotcha.
So you're probably better off aligning with the inboard runway instead of the outboard, just based on your geometry.
Okay.
Altitude.
So this is kind of base key turning to final. So just for reference, like, you know, low key would be a beam your touchdown point at like 4,000 feet, 4,500 feet. And then base key would be, you know, that final turn. And this is where you kind of look, you're assessing, like, how much energy do I have? Because you can delay, you know, dropping the gear to between low key and base key if you're, you know, low on energy. You know, if you're at base key and you can't make it, this is where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to turn and eject. You know, these are the considerations. But like right here, you're at high key.
Yeah.
So, you know, wouldn't get any slower than this. I would nose down in idle and, you know, start my left-hand turn and say, okay, well, I'm low on energy, which is fine. So now I'm looking and seeing, okay, where am I at low key? Okay, well now, because I waited so long, I'm actually back high on energy, so I can drop the gear and get my speed back, then drop the landing gear.
Altitude.
Are you going, which runway are you going for?
I'll go on the outboard, the left one.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, it starts to like decay right here. I don't know if that's I'm just not remembering it right or what, but it seems like it decays a little bit easier than the real jet.
That's cool. I like that. That's interesting that you guys do that like all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a perishable skill, as you can tell.
Well, and it kind of explains it, because I've seen F-16s doing, like, where it's like, man, it seems like he's really coming in crazy on this runway, and I guess maybe that's what they were doing.
Yeah, you can do random entry too, where you go straight to low key, straight to base key or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, once again, a big thanks to Mover for taking the time out to show me this stuff and having just unlimited patience in showing me the different procedures, trying to walk me through. You know, if you've never taught somebody something, trying to do it over this medium is very difficult. Honestly, in the future, we should probably just do some webcam stuff, because pilots like to talk with their hands and trying to show different maneuvers and different aspects. So every time I do this, we learn a little bit more. I learn a little bit more. And then we get together and do some debriefing, and those are helpful as well. So I do want to share this with you guys and maybe pick some things up, so I'm hoping that you are. A big thank you, as always, to Patreon and YouTube members for your support to the channel, and for all of you that will click the like and subscribe, because that stuff does help the channel, and I really appreciate it for those that do. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and close this one up. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Take it easy.